Kelsey. This is Essentially Booked. Thank you for stopping by my channel today for day 7 of Vlogmas. And we are going to do our January TBR as it is New Year's Eve and it is time to figure out what I'm going to read in January. So I have 2 book club books that I am for sure reading this month. I finished my January read already for my prior book club, or for January's book club for my In Real Life one, and that is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. We are reading Hooked for my other In Real Life book club by Sutton Foster. And that's a memoir, which I'm going to do an audiobook. So here's the graphic. And then for the Modern Mrs. Darcy book club, it is Sipsworth, which I have heard really good things about. I just have never really been inclined to pick it up before. Like, it just doesn't, the cover is not something that I would pick up, but I've heard really, really great things about it. So those are book club books for the month. Then, as far as my TBRs go, there is kind of like a secret video in this stack that I'm not going to really like say why I'm reading some of these books, but that's in here. And then you'll just kind of know some of the stuff is for our fantasy bingo. I'll talk about those first. So Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. This is for, I think, like unlikely places is the topic in our fantasy bingo. And then The Book Eaters, which I got this from Illumicrate a while ago, and I would like to read a lot of my special editions this year. It's a really pretty book. I don't love the dust cover, so I pulled that off, but the inside is pretty. I feel like they actually got better over like the years as far as their design. But I just think the end pages are pretty. This is about a family that consumes books like we would eat food. Kind of horror, I think, and like a mom who maybe she's raising like a serial killer. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've read the synopsis of that, but I know this is on my Our Fantasy Bingo. I've owned this for a long time. It is time. And then a book I didn't get to finish from book club in 2025 is The Age of Innocence. I'm like halfway through this, so if I could just finish it, that would be great. It's fine. It's like a Gilded Age classic. It's fine. A few other books here. I'm gonna knock hopefully 3 book of the month books off my shelf. So Before the Fall, this is one of my oldest book of the months, and I want to say this is from 2016. It is from 2016, it says right there. So that's a 10-year-old book I'm getting off my shelf, which is kind of exciting. This is about a plane crash, like the people who are involved in it, and then I guess their life before and after, perhaps, kind of like wealthy people behaving badly. It almost reminds me of The Nest, but I might be totally off base on that, but I really liked The Nest. I think Anne Bogle talked about that in her podcast, like way back in the day, which is why I picked it from book of the month. Another one that would get off the Our Fantasy Bingo TBR is Heartless Hunter. This is a duology. I have the second one on NetGalley, so if I like it, it would be like a twofer because then I would finish a NetGalley series too. Fae, high fashion, witches maybe? A lot of people have read this and a lot of people have loved it, so I'm sure it will be enjoyable. I have Hera, which is a retelling, Greek mythology retelling. This is from August 2024 for book of the month. I just think the cover is really pretty. I think that will be fun. And then Severance by Ling Ma. I also heard about this on the Modern Mrs. Darcy podcast. There are no quotation marks in this. I think it is a satirical spin on the end of times, kind of like The Office meets The Leftovers. So it's like corporate America, but an apocalypse is going on at the same time. And as someone who's worked in corporate America and loves weird books, I think this might be really, really good. The blurb from NPR says, stunning and audacious with a fresh take on both office politics and what the apocalypse might bring. Could be really good. I do know it's actually, I've heard really good things about it. And then for my like self-destructing TBR, Sandra Brown's Blind Tiger, because a lot of these books are heavier or have deeper themes. So I need a palate cleanser. This is historical fiction. I think there'll be romance. There's a little bit of thriller in it. Sandra Brown's just like a popcorn reader. So this will be a great one to kind of cleanse the palate if something is too heavy, to grab and just inhale the book. I actually think there's quite a few in here, that maybe 3 that are palate cleansing, theoretically, between Dungeon Crawler Carl, Heartless Hunter, and Blind Tiger. So I've got some good ones to kind of pop in when I maybe think like Age of Innocence is too heavy, or Before the Fall, or Hera. So it's a pretty solid TBR for January. kind of wild to be making a January TBR already, if I'm being honest. If you've read any of those, let me know your thoughts. And then until tomorrow's video for Vlogmas, see you later.